The United States on Sunday entered the Israel-Iran conflict and bombed 3 Iranian nuclear sites: Isfahan, Natanz, and Fordow. Hello and welcome to ThePrint. This is Akanksha Mishra. Out of the 3 sites, Fordow, which is a nuclear enrichment facility located about 300 feet deep underground, was the hardest to hit and could only be targeted by the US's special bunker buster bombs. According to the US President Donald Trump, the site is now completely obliterated. But what exactly was at Fordow and why did the US attack it? The Fordow fuel enrichment plant is a uranium enrichment facility near the city of Qom in Tehran. Uranium enrichment is an important process in making uranium usable for both nuclear energy and nuclear weapons, and Fordow is Iran's second and most recent enrichment facility after Natanz. Now keep in mind, Natanz is much bigger and has about 20,000 centrifuges to enrich uranium. However, while Natanz is about 7 feet underground, Fordow is located deep within a mountain, at least 300 feet underground, to protect it from attacks from other countries. This is why the US's involvement and the superior bunker buster bombs was necessary. The Fordow facility, like any and every nuclear installation, is heavily guarded. Satellite images showed 5 tunnels that go into the mountain, a support structure, and a heavily guarded perimeter. The facility has also, in different points of time, garnered support from the Iranian public. In 2013, a group of college students from Sharif and Amir Kabir Institute of Technology formed a human chain around the Fordow facility to show support for Iran's peaceful nuclear program, according to a news article by Fars news agency. They were also accompanied by the head of Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, Ali Akbar Sarehi. While Iranian officials have not yet officially confirmed the obliteration of Fordow by US bombs, they have clarified that the 3 sites had been evacuated in advance and their bombings would not pose threats of radiation or other harmful effects to its citizens. Naturally mined uranium, the radioactive element needed to make nuclear weapons, contains 0.7% of uranium-235, which is an isotope of uranium. To make this into weapons-grade uranium, this particular isotope needs to be enriched. That is, it needs to have a much higher concentration. This process is called nuclear enrichment and it's carried out in a number of ways, with the most common being gaseous centrifuge. Iran's Fordow facility also uses this method, in which enrichment occurs when uranium is in a gas form and is repeatedly rotated in a cylinder around a centrifuge to remove uranium-238 isotopes and concentrate uranium-235 isotopes. Now, uranium enrichment can take place for other purposes too. For nuclear fuel that's used to produce nuclear energy, uranium-235 is usually enriched to 3 to 5%. But for nuclear weapons, the enrichment needed is more than 90%. The concept is that the more concentrated U-235 that you have, the less of it you'll require for a nuclear weapon. This is what was being carried out in Iran's Fordow facility. The facility itself has a tenuous history right from its inception. The Iranian government did not own up to creating the Fordow facility until the US, UK and France leaders in 2009, led by Barack Obama, released a joint statement saying that they were aware of a nuclear enrichment site in Iran's Fordow. Then, Iran's leadership admitted to creating an enrichment facility at Fordow, which had a capacity of 3,000 centrifuges. A Reuters article from 2009 said that while the US levied questions at the Iranian government for having a clandestine nuclear facility, Iran said that it was only hidden because of threats of US and Israeli attacks, and that its purpose was only for low-grade enrichment for nuclear fuel for nuclear energy. By 2011, they said that Fordow would do 20% enrichment of uranium for medical purposes. Then, in 2015, after the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action for Iran's nuclear facilities was signed with the US and the EU, Fordow was supposed to remain inactive for 15 years and not enrich any uranium. But after the US pulled out in 2018, Fordow began its enrichment program yet again. The most latest report by the International Atomic Energy Agency after a surprise inspection in 2023 revealed that Fordow had 83.7% enriched uranium, which is almost weapons grade. By June 2024, IAEA also said that Iran had built extra centrifuges in Fordow, which meant additional capacity. Now, the primary difference between 83% and 90% enriched uranium is the purity of uranium-235. It's much easier for nuclear agencies to get from 80% to 90% enriched uranium because the amount of uranium-235 that needs to be eliminated keeps reducing the more it stays and spins in the centrifuge. Iran has now said that it will consider all options to defend its sovereignty after the US's attacks. But it also called US's attacks a violation of international law as well as the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, which Iran is a party to, but following Israel's strikes, it was mulling to withdraw from. That's all we have for you today. Thank you for tuning into The Print.